This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
We must fight the Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good. Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
Think you could take on a ghost?
There's more of them.
Show them why they should fear Banishers.
Take that to your face. Those things came from the ooze. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Or Bacche liquefy. The Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, we've been snapping at each other since we got here. Something's toying with us.
I think they made the ooze. I don't think the ooze made them.
Aye. Wasn't he finished looking around?
We better stick around.
This is it. This is the source. How do we get to it?
You have turned your back from love, looked away when most needed. Yes,
Something tells me this is the condemned well. Do you think you could get that bucket down?
whatever you have sown, you shall reap. Alone, forlorn, misunderstood, so you shall remain.
An echo from the past drifts by. I sense the vivid echo of a ghost's memory.
The devil still breathes through her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stolen.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
How dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim. And that made his flock suspicious.
Divination stones. He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. But why now? That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own, Haskell must have feared the suspicious mob.
A safe harbor, should we need a moment's peace.
All deserted you.
This can't be good.
Who are you?
Confess! Let them speak!
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges!
Let rule in the grave. You have blood on your hands and witness in your heart. Guilty!
Sworn to vanquish evil! You conspired with witches!
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges: cowardice, oath-breaking, deception. The verdict:
seek the truth.
Is that me? What's that cheap trick? What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it.
Expecting to fight myself today.
Ghosts are dangerous, and I'd no reason to show mercy.
Banishers are guilty of poisoning the body politic. You portray yourselves as saviors sent to deliver us. But with your dark arts, the evil only worsens. Your witches, and witches must fall.
And Tia died to help New Eden. And still we fight this curse.
What more do you want from us?
The Shadow's got its strength back.
Don't let the ooze get back to its shadow. This just won't do.
Bloody hell, that stinks.
I need to be the one to face it.
Judgment. The guilty are known. Now justice is ours.
Enough. Can we please get out of here? That was awful. This trial. It was as if Deborah wanted us to face what she had faced. But all I feel is beaten.
I feel powerless. I were always one move behind. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such spectre of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Ignorance caused this. A raging epidemic drove them out of their minds. Unable to look within, they pointed the finger.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
Something's concealed. Now this place looks like the drawings on the map. I think this area is similar to the maps instructions. Farewell, weed. That, down there, it was... I was tense. I was impatient.
The infamy's doing, not yours.
No. Doesn't change the feelings. I never thought I could feel such anger again.
They were Deborah's feelings, not yours.
How refreshing it is to the soul to be at once. One thing above all else, my friends, is true. The wicked are at odds with themselves.
Oh, good.
The Lord's promise of salvation from hell pleases them. The Lord's salvation from misery and sin here on earth does not.
This doesn't look like salvation from misery and sin.
The wicked pray for deliverance from the fires of hell, while piling the kindling high. They proclaim their love for their Lord, yet, in His name, they serve themselves. Their self-regard crumbles in the light of their hateful iniquities.
So true.
Mr. McCraith, my friend, I'm so glad you agree. Now, the wicked man never questions...
I have your answers.
What? Yes, good. Perhaps we should discuss this privately, if you'll give me just a moment.
It's quite the story. You might not wish to hear it. Neither may the good people here.
Please, this is not the time.
We want to hear the story. Let the Banishers speak.
Tell them, Red. Tell them good.
Aye. There's a story that starts with a question. A question for you, Governor. And maybe for all the good people of New Eden. If I give you a witch, will you do what you did to Deborah Comenius?
Comenius, say you? The school teacher walked with the devil and paid the appropriate price. That's the beginning of the history and also its end.
Is it, though? Now, I've learned much about Deborah Comenius and what happened to her, and it tells a very different tale.
And what story, pray you, does it tell?
It tells the story of a man, a latter-day King Solomon. When plague struck his subjects, they turned to him for guidance and protection, for they were God-fearing folk, and he was a godly king. The king's captain walled the sick away, but the plague spread on. The people grumbled. The king thought he might fall. He needed a sacrificial lamb.
You lose the run of your tongue, Mr. McCraith, and of the head to which it's fixed. There was no lamb. There was a trial, fair and lawful.
You're a pompous coward, fearful of anyone different, as human as that is.
There must be a man to judge, or there is no order. A man to make the judgment, and a man to enforce it. Of all people, you know this.
Aye, I've been that man. I'm no saint. I just don't mind saying it.
A sinner and proud? So why should we listen to you?
Admit it. You toy with magic you don't understand.
You, sir, are jealous.
I, sir, am tired. I've done my job, fulfilled my contract, I've found the source of the curse. The poison below the well is no more. No thanks to you.
Aha! Poison it was, then. The weapon of the wicked, to weaken the people's will. What was it? Belladonna, hemlock, foxglove?
Betrayal. Truth unspoken. Secrets and lies. Wrongs, basically. Your wrongs. The wrongs you visited upon Deborah Comenius. The wrongs that led to her death.
She died at the hand of the body politic. She died at all our hands. Most of all, she died at her own.
She died because she would not submit.
'Twas not my plan to kill her, stupid, stubborn woman. Why did she not confess? I would have granted clemency. I would have shown her mercy.
You had the power to stop the madness, but instead you chose to let it run all the way to its barbaric conclusion. You brought the curse down on New Eden. Then you called we Banishers in to fix your mistake. You boast of your knowledge of demons and spirits, but in truth, you master nothing. You're a peacock. All show and no meat. I'm not here today to bring justice. But this man, your governor, brought death to your doors.
No.
He deserves blaming. And shame on me if I don't do it.
Hell's bells!
Friends, have I ever not served the interests of our community? Have I not protected you? Have I not loved you?
Oh, Mara. Oh, God. To the living.
Death to the dead.
This is unfair.
Is the evil gone for good?
Far from it.
Then who will protect us?
I will. While Mr. McCraith fights the curse of New Eden, I will protect the people of the Harrows. Or at least, try. Now let's all return to our homes and pray for forgiveness and the strength to bear the consequences of our actions. Your fee. One of the many debts my father left me.
You'd best put your own debts first, young Master Haskell.
Don't I know it?
After all this, don't forget to rest.
So, what now?
What did Ceridian say when we first met her?
Once we'd weakened the Nightmare's influence, we could use the Void to enter its lair.
Deborah's grip on the settlers has diminished. We'll return to Ceridian's island. From there, the Void Breach will take us back to New Eden Town.
Just like that, eh?
Well, yes, just like that. Something bothering you.
But aren't we rushing things a little?
We've lost too much time already. We have a nightmare to confront, remember? Sometimes I hate the world. Another free woman, bright, sensitive, kind, murdered by a craven rabble too weak to face its own mediocrity. Cowards hiding behind fake virtue, and for what? They won't even say her name. Why? Why her?
You said it yourself. Deborah was a victim of their fear.
That's not enough. Her murder was another throw of a dice. Why is it always us who have to pay with our lives?
Aye. You did. And I regret my failure to my dying day and after it too.
I was not speaking of our situation. When I left Cuba, anything could have befallen me. I was bright, free, talented. Though I had the wrong tongue, the wrong sex, the wrong skin. I defied life. I expected so much more from the world. I was arrogant. Arrogant to believe I needed no one. To shut out my mother and experience curandera. And listen instead to my sister.
Your childhood friend. What happened?
I had little and wanted more. A dangerous thing when you have our type of talent. Anything could have befallen me, but it didn't.
This has been hard for you. For me too. Perhaps we should think of how far we've come together and take heart.
I am dead, Rory. I am dead, and sooner will be gone for good.
You think I don't know this?
So act like it.
I'm not the enemy here. Look, all this, it's a lot to endure. We're both exhausted. I know I am.
I cannot tire.
I know. I know how hard it's been for you.
You have no idea. None at all.
I'll do my best to understand, if you'll let me. We should have faith. Look at us. We'll get to where we're going.
Shut up, Red. Shut up. This isn't about what we have conquered or what we have achieved or how far we have journeyed. Look at us. Look at me. I loathe what I've become. Can't you see that?
I was trying to help. I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. Good night.
Antea. Antea? I would have gone with you. Not funny. I have to walk to the stupid bloody island. Antea? Please tell me you're here.
There you are. Ready to go?
I just got here. Can we talk? Why did you leave me alone?
You are not alone. Can we go now?
How come it's not working?
Let's ask Seeker. This all has to end, and I'd rather it was sooner than later.
Aye. Here's hoping.
There's a spectral web here, but it's new. It's stronger, but I think I can do it.
Oh, easy there.
This'll only take a moment. See?
Well, throwing my weapons through your will is a little unsettling. The spell isn't working. I think she's gone.
No time to lose. Strange how I barely knew Ceridian, yet feel like I've lost someone deeply important.
Seeker! How can she find anything in this mess?
Is that really what's important right now?
She draws well. Why is there a letter from Deborah Comenius here?
And who's Grace? No way back to New Eden Town, and no Seeker either. Our only clue points to Kate Newsmith. Maybe she knows this Grace and where to find her. Shall we dance then?
Always.
If the spirit chases were working, we wouldn't have specters. I'd stay to figure it out, but we need to see Kate.
Is it worse to lose your faith in your fathers than it is to lose faith in yourself? Those in the Harrows who lived would be wise to look inwards, to reflect, and then to pay penance. But none carry a greater burden than young Lamentation Haskell. How will he guide the faltering faithful when he has so little faith in himself?
Camp is a camp no longer. It's a village. Kate, good day to you. Good to see you back in business.
Red McWraith, what can I do for you?
You seem worried. Something on your mind?
You are. When you did for Evelyn, you cost us a doctor.
It was not a pleasant decision. Not easily taken. I'll help if I can.
They may have medicine at Fort Jericho. You could bring it back to us.
If they can spare it, I'll do just that. I'm trying to track someone down, and I was hoping you could help me.
I doubt I'll be much use, but I'll help you if I can.
So, I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You're tenacious. I'll give you that. But must you push so?
Deborah wrote of a cabin in the woods. Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. No one ever saw her again.
Grace Pennington? As in Captain Saul Pennington?
What happened to Grace?
I don't know that either. There had been strife with her father. Then she was gone. And the captain spoke of her no more.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all others.
Could Grace have survived alone out here in the woods?
Possibly. But could she remain unseen? No. All thought she'd left New Eden. Gone west, perhaps into the wilds.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done.
One more question. Did the school teacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods, trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
It's time we talked of Deborah.
Yes, it is.
How did you meet?
I'll not answer that. It's the moment of my life I cherish most. Words would only fail it. I will say this, despite my grief. For a time, I laid my head on Deborah Comenius's bosom. And for that, I'll be forever grateful.
What happened to her?
Pennington levelled accusations against her. Vile accusations. Many delighted in them. She was clever. She was free. She cherished the truth, of the mind and of the heart. Some took that for godlessness, but I've never met a person more divine.
Her ghost appeared when we downed the beast. Have you seen her since?
God save me, no. My heart would not bear it. Might it happen yet?
I don't believe she wished to frighten you. I doubt she'll bother you again. She has business elsewhere.
If ever you should deal with Deborah, deal quick. Let her not suffer long. For her sake, and for mine.
How is your sister?
She's gone. When I told of what she'd done, she had no choice but to leave.
Will you make peace?
I don't know. She sent friends and neighbours to their deaths. I'd like to think she'd not have done the same to me. But I'll never know for sure.
Did telling the truth serve you?
The truth is dangerous. Not least to she who tells it. But the cut is clean. The rot is gone. Her lies can harm us no more.
Goodbye to you, Huntress.
Thank you, Red.